Jai Shri Ram. Subtext. The subtext means the implied, the implicit meaning or theme of a movie, a text, a novel, speech, or performance. The concept deals with the content hidden within the meaning of a word, image, or action. Subtext means the content hidden, the hidden content within the meaning of a word, image, or action. In storytelling, the subtext deals primarily with the interest surrounding the expressions of symbols, metaphors, themes, motif, M-O-T-I-F. M-O-T-I-F means the recurrent theme. So the subtext means the hidden content within everything, within the word, within the image, within the symbol, the action, the words, the gestures, everything. So you see, when you look at the context could be historical, political, social, race, gender, age, religion. Uh, so that is the context. And what is the subtext? The subtext is the ideological influences, belief systems, interpolation. They will introduce something there with the intention of distorting it. That's what all these Islamic apologists and Christian apologists and Marxists have done with Manusmriti, for example. There are 60 Manusmritis in the market, all distorted, interpolated heavily. Interpolate means introduce foreign matter, which was not there in the original. The original Manusmriti at least is with Arya Samaj, Shuddha Manusmriti. So, there is nothing like discrimination in the Manusmriti. Okay. So, the subtext is this hidden content. They want to distort the original and try to deconstruct and give it distorted meanings and influence the mind of the Hindu. Therefore, then the Hindu will be a sitting duck for conversion. So the subtext actually involves wearing different theoretical lenses. The Marxist theoretical lens, the feminist theoretical lens, the feminazi theoretical lens, post-colonial theoretical lens. This is all colonial, from viewing it from the. So that is, these are all theoretical lenses. Okay. So sub, as you know, means under, below, beneath. So subtext means something that is under, below, beneath, hidden content, implied meaning. So whenever a story is narrated layer by layer, if you examine the medium, the concept, the structure, the plot, the character, and finally at the core is the subtext, which is the meaning, the hidden meaning, the implied meaning. In all the parables in the Mahabharata, there are thousands of parables in the Ramayana too, and of course in the Bible and Quran too. So these parables have a subtext, which is the hidden meaning. After you listen to the parable, you have to draw your own inference. Usually the parables are not followed with any explicit moral. Like in school, we had moral science lessons. After the lesson, there is at the end the moral of the lesson. But in the Mahabharata and Ramayana, the moral is not given explicitly. Or maybe sometimes it is given, that's also there. So the subtext is what a character is thinking but not saying. What is the character they are hinting? They are not saying but hinting. And what is the character thinking? The implied unspoken meaning. So you must read between the lines to discern the truth of the moment. Read between the lines to understand the subtext. See, for example, a simple conversation, somebody can say, hey, Ramesh, why don't you get yourself a cup of coffee? And Ramesh says, thank you, sir, I'm fine. But actually, what the boss wants is, finally he'll have to tell him, hey, listen, Ramesh, I want you to leave the room so that we can talk about you behind your back. So that is the subtext. What was said was different from what was actually the purpose of saying that, with the kind of tone that is said, asking the person to get out actually. So the subtext is the unspoken, less obvious meaning, hidden meaning. It's not apparent immediately. So the subtext comes to be known by the reader or audience over time. So as you read the Bhagavad Gita also, I've been reading it for 30 years now. So the more I read, the more of the subtext I get, and it's amazing. Of course, some people say subtext is your interpretation of a piece of media. Yeah? The subtext is not actually heard or seen. It is the meaning we create from the text in our own minds. The subtext of a piece of media will vary depending on the individual seeing or hearing it. That's also true. So the subtext is the hidden agenda, the connotation, intimation, insinuation, innuendo, hint, implication. Jai Shri Ram.